What the
In
hell
the case
is
of Roe versus Wade,
it's
the U.S. Supreme Court. Today, I'd like to talk about the Supreme Court decision on Roe versus Wade. In 1973, in the case of Roe versus Wade, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a woman's constitutional right to privacy includes the right to abort the fetus during the first trimester, that is, in the first 3 months of pregnancy. In a 7-2 vote, the Supreme Court determined not only that women have a constitutional right to abortion during the first 3 months of pregnancy, but also that beyond 3 months the fetus is viable, which means it is able to continue to live, and the state therefore has responsibility for protecting it. The case was first filed by Norma McCorvey, who sued the state of Texas for denying her the right to an abortion. Well, the ruling, among the most controversial in the High Court's history, barred the states from prohibiting abortion in the first trimester. The ruling gave rise to opposing movements, one to preserve women's right to have abortions, and the other to limit or deny that right. As you know, the first is called pro-choice, and the second pro-life or right to life. The decision in Roe versus Wade prompted a decades-long spirited and sometimes frenzied national debate, mainly over 3 issues. First, the legality of terminating pregnancies. Second, the role of the Supreme Court in constitutional adjudication. Third, the role of religious views in the political sphere. Thus, Roe versus Wade became one of the most politically significant Supreme Court decisions in history, and held profound moral and legal implications as well. The decision consequently reshaped national politics, divided the nation, and inspired grassroots activism. Did anyone watch the Senate confirmation hearings of Judge Alito? Okay, many of you did. Good. At one point, the whole procedure turned quite confrontational. Do you remember? Even Alito's wife fled the hearing room in tears. What was the bone of contention?
Democratic senators were criticizing him for giving incomplete and inconsistent answers the whole time.
Yeah, he certainly sounded evasive sometimes.
And Democratic senators got excited over his comment. What did he say? Something like, I would be willing to revisit the ruling, I think. I mean, besides his hedging questions, he didn't really answer the will he or won't he question about the decision on Roe versus Wade.
Yes, that's more like it. But that's not all. He was accused of being a sexist too. You remember? He's a member of an alumni group that wanted to restrict enrollment of women and minorities. Well, there's a definite connection between these 2 issues, isn't there, Laura? Here, I think, the main source of contention was his comment to the effect that he might be willing to revisit the decision that legalized abortion nationwide. What this means is, he left the door open to reversing the decision. As you witnessed in Judge Alito's case, the question of adherence to the decision has since been the liberals' so-called litmus test for Supreme Court nominees in the Senate confirmation hearings. Speaking generally, opposition to Roe comes from those who view the court's decision as illegitimate for straying too far from the Constitution, and those who conceive of the fetus as an entire person. Support for Roe comes from those who perceive the decision as necessary to preserve women's rights and personal freedom, and those who believe in the primacy of individual over collective rights. Let's turn the clock back and take a look at the debate's background history. Well, we tend to get easily bogged down by current affairs only and are unable to see the whole picture. I think it is very illuminating to see how abortion was regarded before it became a highly political issue. So, here we go. Since before the time of the American Revolution, the legal status of abortion has indeed gone through various changes. Under colonial and early American law, abortion was legal, provided that it was carried out before movements of the fetus could be felt, which is, well, generally about midway through pregnancy. In the 1830s, abortion was widespread as a method of birth control. If you check newspapers and magazines from this era, you will find that they routinely and matter-of-factly carried advertisements of abortion, and women freely discussed the topic with their doctors. By the 1860s, doctors estimated that women had abortions at the rate of 1 for every 4 live births. In the 1860s, however, the newly created American Medical Association began, for ethical and hygienic reasons, a campaign to outlaw abortions, except when deemed necessary by doctors themselves. Then a wave of legislative reform followed. These new laws sent abortionists underground, but substantial numbers of women women continued to have abortions throughout the 19th century and into the 20th. In the 1950s, the movement to repeal state laws banning abortions was begun in a context of concern over the post-war population explosion. Vehemently opposed to such liberalization were groups like the Roman Catholic Church and various fundamentalist and evangelical Protestants. In this state of constant face-off in 1973, a case was filed by Norma McCorvey. She sued the state of Texas for denying her the right to an abortion. Jane Roe, a standard alias for anonymous plaintiffs, was used to protect her identity. The Supreme Court ruled the case of Roe v. Wade in her favor, and all states were directed to lift their bans on abortions, though many resisted actually doing so. When the case reached the Supreme Court, few people expected the justices to overturn the Texas law. That was because the court had become increasingly conservative with the appointments by President Richard Nixon of Chief Justice Warren Burger and Justices Harry Blackmun, Lewis Powell, and William Rehnquist, and the retirement of Chief Justice Earl Warren and the deaths of Hugo Black and John Marshall Harlan II, all judicial liberals. Roe v. Wade, important in itself, also raised issues concerning the degree to which the federal government could judge, the federal government could legislate the most private and fundamental issues of life and death, including the question of when life begins. This is the question that has proved to be political dynamite, as we all know very well by now, and that is and will be debated by scientists, moralists, and theologians for many years to come. That's about the only thing agreed upon about the whole thing.